Hey there, Hunters, and welcome back to the Gunners Guild. Today in Remnant 2, we're going to quickly go over all the injectables, what they are, and what they hold. I know most of the item information is already out there, but I want to have some video guides to help players find things, and so everyone new coming into Remnant, maybe in the future, have a place to locate missing items. If you're unaware of how the injectable systems work, basically every dungeon you enter besides the select few have exactly one injectable in them. An injectable is an addition to the dungeon that adds a little bit to its randomness and provides extra items. Each tile set has 3 randomized options for the injectable, and you can only roll an injectable once per generated biome. But with that out of the way, let's just dive in. In this video, we're going to be covering the Losomn biome and its injectables. Losomn has 3 different tile sets that you can keep an eye on, and these are the sewers, the burning city areas, and the grand halls. Starting with the sewers, the first injectable here you're going to have to look out for is the hidden safe. Along the perimeter, you're going to see an area that you can crouch through, and it kind of stands out compared to the other scenery in the sewers, as it has lights and some foliage, which is kind of odd. Anyway, if you go through this area, you're going to follow a short path to the room with a safe in it. The safe is also accompanied by a set of numbers on a slab next to it. This is telling you one of the numbers of the safe. Now, without solving it for you, you can look around the room that's full of numbers with your flashlight on, and then you'll illuminate some of these remaining hidden numbers. These numbers that glow are all part of a 4-digit number, and each position of the glowing number tells you the order that they go in. Now, while the number of locations are randomized, the actual combination of the safe never changes, so if you want to know the answer now, I'll just tell you. Anyway, so the code is 1358, and you just open up the safe and you'll get the rusted heirloom, and that's all for this injectable. Next in the sewers is the prison yard. This injectable is also very easy to spot because you have this huge gated wall full of debris that's clearly not part of the normal sewer. You can shoot the explosive barrel on the bottom right to expose the hole in the gate and get through. And you're going to get ambushed by a lot of flying fae here, so just kill them, they're easy to dispatch. You'll notice a guy in the cage on the right as well, because he's got a glowing beam of light. Go ahead and shoot it, which is going to sever his hand and fall to the platform below. You can now make your way up the ladder and around the area to come above the cage where the guy is. But before you drop down, continue and make your way to the end of the hall and grab the stockpile charger ring on the platform. Then you can head back to where the body was and then drop down to get the severed hand. After you get the severed hand, check your inventory and inspect the hand to pull out the ring, and then you're going to have the Ring of the Damned. And now you're all done here, you can head back up and just out, and that's it. Last place in the sewers is Rising Tide. This one can be a little bit tricky to find. Your best bet is to hug the perimeter per the usual until you find some wooden platforms in a corner that you can actually climb up. Through here you can get an actual Rising Tide area. This area is going to be a little bit annoying. There's a lot of these bloats that's going to shoot lightning at you from afar with these little electric balls, so take care of them quickly. And it's really easy to fall here, so again, be careful. When they're dead, you can shoot the bloat on the left hand side that's clogging the drain here, and you're going to notice a lot of water pouring into the area now. And this is going to take 2 hours to fill up, literally 2 real hours. So leave, go do something else, finish your biome, whatever. Just remember to come back later. And then don't forget to pick up the Burden of the Divine on the body here on your way out. So after 2 hours have passed, come back here and the area is going to be filled up with water. And you're going to see 2 floating wood planks on the right hand side now. You can jump onto these, but be careful because it is easy to fall off and then just die. And then you're just going to jump across and into the open wall here, and you're going to grab your Meridian handgun. With the sewers done, we're going to move on to the burning city landscapes. The first injectable for the burning city areas we're going to talk about is the burning house. This one, it kind of blends in with the environment, so it's kind of easy to miss, but it's also the only house you can actually enter, so once you can get into it, this is it. Inside this house, you're going to need to make your way down to the basement while clearing all the explosive barrels and enemies along the way. When you get to the basement, you're going to need to find the stairs that come back around and get back up. But rather than take the ladder, you're going to go around and cross this little narrow section of beams and make your way to the other side, and then up and out to the back side of the house. And this is going to take you to the burning tree area, which is going to have a bunch of enemies, as well as the burden of the warlock ring. And that's all for this injectable. The next injectable in the burning city area is the pig pen. This one's a bit easier to see as there's just this giant pit that you can walk around, and you can follow down this path, jump over the logs, go over this little narrow walkway, and make your way down here, and then you can pick up the shiny hog lure. You can then continue down, climb up this wooden plank, and then drop down to the pit. Down here, you'll need to pull the lever to start the door opening process. Once you do this, you're going to be spawning in George, a pig aberration. Kill him, and then you'll get the Twisted Wounds mutator, and then you're just going to have to wait for the door to finish opening, and then you can open it up and leave, and you're pretty much all done. The last injectable in the Burning City is actually very hard to find, and I miss it all the time. The bird's access hole is blocked by a single barrel somewhere in the corner. Again, really hard to find, so you're going to have to scour this area very well. When you find the box or barrel or whatever, you can just shoot it, and then that'll expose the hole that you can crouch on through. And this will take you up to around some ladders, and just make sure you don't jump off early. But get to the top and make your way across the rooftops, and then get ready. You're going to get assaulted by birds with Dran faces. Yeah, use a scope to look at them. You can stay on the roof and start shooting the birds to clear it, or you can be a maniac and jump down and just run in to grab the cleansing stone, and then don't forget to grab the box in the room nearby as well. Open that and it contains the effigy pendant. You can die here or just go back up and jump out, but either way you're all done once you get these two amulets. And finally, the last tile set for Losomn is going to be the Grand Halls. Technically this is two sides, we have a light side and a dark side, but it's the same injectables that appear in both. So I'm just going to put them together. Now we're starting with these injectables with the painting in the dining room. So if you come across this big old room, your character actually talks and points out that there's something strange here. You can see the cracks behind the painting here, so just shoot the painting and make your way down this hole. You drop down the water, you're going to find the hardest aberration in the game, the Executioner, so have fun with that one. But after you kill him, you're going to get the Steadfast mutator, and you can then proceed further down until you get to the next kind of watery area. Now on the right hand side, there are going to be some petrified Dran that you can break and then climb up the ledge here, and then take this around the side and head inward to grab the ornate flail. As you make your way out, don't forget to pick up the Sapphire Dreamstone on the pedestal as you exit, and that's all for here. Next injectable is the Pond Fires. Usually at the beginning of the zone or in its own little corner, you will see a large room with two elites inside. After you kill these elites, there's going to be torches on both sides of the pews with alternating black and white flames. You can shoot the flames, which is going to change it and each adjacent torch's color to the opposite flame. You can then set up all the flame torches to either be all black or all white. After you do that, you'll go into the next room and the corresponding door will open, which will grant you either the white Pond stamp ring or the black Pond stamp ring. You can only do this once per injectable though, and it does not matter if you're in the light or dark side of Losomn, you can get either ring either way. The final injectable we have is the ribbons. In this injectable, you're going to find a plain ribbon in the zone, and you'll need to take it to the courtyard, which I think is actually impossible to miss. And then you're just going to place the ribbon around the phase arms. And then you're going to have to wait a while, like 30 minutes or so, real time. I don't know the exact amount of time though. Usually I just finish the dungeon, leave, go to the ward, and then come back once it's done. Now, once your ribbon's all cooked, you can come back to the statue and it will be replaced by either a silver or a gold ribbon, depending on what side you're in. The phase side will give you the gold ribbon, if it's light and bright, and then the Dran side will give you the silver ribbon if it's already dark. Now, once you have both ribbons, don't forget to trade them to Nimue to combine them ribbons so you can come back and collect even more. And that's all though, but that's the injectables for Losomn. Don't forget to check out other videos for the rest of the injectables and dungeons. But yeah, thanks for watching y'all, and good luck out there.